I understand the frustration involved in being awake to the evil reality that surrounds us, only too well. Frustration from knowing the truth, having seen all the evidence, the sadness, the disappointment, the anger and the feeling of being too insignificant to be able to do anything about it. For those of us who have chosen to walk down the cruel path of reality, over living in the mass media-induced bubble of illusion, created for us by our criminal overlords, the mental anguish can really be a tough one to deal with, especially considering the reactions we usually receive upon trying to advise and inform those that we care about, of the evil nightmare that's lurking right outside of their bubble. It's like they don't want to know. Right. Well, what I've come to realize is that the awakening is something that must be self-induced. It's not that they don't want to know. It's that they just don't want to find out from you. When discovering the fact that our entire society is plagued with political corruption, and everything we have believed in is really a great big lie, most people it seems prefer to wander this path alone. At least until the whole acceptance part is dealt with, then it's the more the merrier. But until someone chooses to burst that bubble for themselves, nothing that you tell them will ever penetrate it. So, what I have found to be the best tactic when it comes to awakening others, is to just shut up and keep it to myself. That's when the strangest thing happens. People start to get curious and they begin to ask questions. And this is a whole different kettle of fish. When they are asking, they are usually prepared to listen to your reply. And this is when you can sneak a couple of facts into their bubble, to get the ball rolling. But then, just leave it there and let them do the rest on their own. They'll come back once they've dealt with the acceptance. As this mass global awakening occurs, 3 groups, or standpoints, appear to categorize how everyone perceives the information. Group 1, the awakened, also the majority. These are the folks who take in the information for what it is, and after researching the subjects, and carefully examining all of the evidence, they come to the conclusion that indeed we are the victims of a massive, severe, manipulative and downright evil conspiracy, perpetrated over generations, by a handful of elite whom we often refer to as the ruling class. These extremely wealthy families have been completely responsible for instigating and executing almost every major war, tragedy, attack, assassination, political overthrow, economic crisis and global strategic event throughout our entire history. These people control our financial systems, our governments, our foreign policy, our entire mainstream media, and therefore our world, from behind the scenes, through organizations like the Trilateral Commission, the CFR, and groups or secret societies like the Bilderberg Group, Skull and Bones, the Freemasons, and the Illuminati, just to name a few. With this understood, Group 1 are totally aware and awake to the criminal elements who are pulling the strings of the political puppets we call our governments, and can generally see things for what they really are. Group 2, the deniers. This group represents the sheeple of our world, those that are either too stupid, or too emotionally weak, to accept the harsh and brutal reality of the societies we live in. Therefore they turn a blind eye to the obvious corruption, and refuse to acknowledge, or even look at the massive amounts of irrefutable evidence, because it wasn't shown to them on the 6 o'clock news. Most of the people in this group are deep down somewhat aware of the truth, but they deny it exists, because it would ultimately cause reason for them to have to completely reevaluate their way of thinking, and their basic understanding of reality in general. Group 3, the guilty. These people are the criminals, the shills and the liars. They are also the direct enemies of all decent humanity. These immoral pieces of shit know the truth, aid the perpetrators, and spread lies and disinformation everywhere they can. They have no standard of morals, no substance or integrity, and are guilty of treason, among many other crimes. They intentionally corrupt the flow of truthful information, in order to invoke confusion on those who seek truth and understanding. They are a cancer on humanity, and ultimately deserve to be hung by their necks, until they are dead. I do believe we are steadily approaching a point where the awakened people will actually outnumber the ignorant, and we all need to push for this to happen, because when the aware become the majority, is when mob rule will work to our advantage, and we will finally be able to take action, and rip the head off the snake, once and for all. But as long as we are a minority, anyone who attempts to take any kind of action will be quickly suppressed by the majority. So, the most effective strategy we have right now is to slip a fact or two into as many people's bubbles as we can, and then let human nature take it from there. Before too long, being an ignorant sheeple will become uncool, and then we're home free.